What's up today, guys? Back with another video taking you through the process that it took me to create this cover art. Now it's going to be more like a walkthrough than a tutorial, only because I would say this is like an advanced level cover art. I'd say it's about medium level, only because it has to do with a lot of object manipulation, and if you don't really know what you're doing, then you don't know how to get the objects to do what you want them to do. But you can tag along, and if you've been designing for a minute, you can watch some of my tips and tricks and then later implement them into your own artworks. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to tap the bell notification as well to get notified on new videos. And go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite music artist is. If it be rap, country, soca, whatever it is, just go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite music artist is. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright, first thing I did was hop into Pro Knockout. You know that's what we always do. We tap superimpose and now we're loading the pictures in. I used a cloudy background, landscape background, because I like the clouds in the sky, and I loaded this city PNG into it, and I also loaded this road PNG. The road was actually off of another picture, but I just went ahead and cut out the road part and I implemented it into this cover. Right now you just see that I'm fixing it into place, making sure that it's aligned. Now boom, it look like there's a road over the ocean or the bay, whatever that is, of the city. I'm just using some filters over the road. I went with fade just to make the grains in it pop out a little bit. Then I also added a filter over the city. I think I went with chrome. Yeah, because chrome really brought out the colors, the pinkness of the city and stuff, and it has to go with the theme of the cover that we're making. Last thing I did was change the background of the clouds. I think that also became a fade. I think I made it a fade filter. Alright, then I did went and save, and I did load the picture back into the cover. And now we gotta add the car that we're using. I know it's a cut off piece of the car, it's only because we're only using part of the car. We're not using the whole car. So I didn't need the whole car, but I did have the whole car as a PNG. I fixed it into place where it's along the road. And I start loading the pictures. You know, I gotta get the cover right because the artist is featuring a quality control artist. He signed to quality control. You can see that fat ass chain on his neck. But we just gonna place him into the cover. You wanna make sure that the like real life dimensions line up. Oh, I remember that part of his shoulder was cut off. You can see on the right side there. So I created the other half of his shoulder for him. You're gonna see how we blend that into the photo. Just keep watching. Stay patient. But now that we got that also in the cover, you gotta make sure that you get the dimensions right. So you wanna place him and you wanna fix him so his head look like how it would look in real life if he was actually in that car. You don't want his head to be too big now, but you don't want his head to be too small. You gotta fix it to the size of the car. You see I use a piece of his shoulder and I line it up on the right side of him just to make up for that piece that he's missing. I'm going to show you how we blend that into the picture later. But I do go ahead and save, and that's because we got to add the female artist now, whose the cover is actually Floor. You can see that her right side is missing. That's because her picture is actually flipped. I had to cut out both of them out of the same picture. She was originally on the left side. But now you can see that I'm going to make up for the hair that she's missing on the now would be right side, and you can see I'm cutting it out just a little bit. You're going to see what we're going to do. I cut out a piece of her hair, and then I load back the picture, and I cut another piece out of this end. And what we're going to do with this end is flip it, and we're going to piece it together. You're going to see how we do it. So I'm adding the piece in. and then I add the ending. Now boom, that looked good from a distance, but we're gonna fix it up later. Now I'm adding the bottom half of the card that I cut out. I took away the top half, and you're gonna see why we did that, because we gotta make him look like his head is coming out of the car because there's no window up on his side, and we gotta make her look like she's within the window. So we're gonna fix this bottom half of the car that we cut out. It's the same car. We're gonna place it over. Once you do that, I cut out a piece of this mirror, and I'm gonna place it over the car the same way. Make sure all the pieces fit like a puzzle. Once you do that, I go ahead and save, and now you're gonna see what we're gonna do. We load the picture again, and now the final piece is this the windshield, front windshield, and we're going to blend it into the picture. We're gonna make two blends, and then we're gonna come back and overlay them both. The first blend is gonna be alpha. Then we go back, we revert the process, and then we're gonna use the next blend, which is chroma key. Now you're gonna come out of both of those, and we're gonna load the blend first with the chroma key on top of it, and we're gonna create another blend. And see, once we finish, and then boom, now you're finished. The reason why we did that is because it was kind of just to get a more even blend. But now we're on to Snapseed, where we're going to do a little bit of healing. You can see the lines from their hair that we just manipulated, I told you about. I'm using the healing tool to blend it into the cover. You know, I'm just fixing his shoulder and stuff. Then I go ahead, come out of it, and then hop into the healing tool again. And then I just fix it up a little bit more. I go over to her hair, just you know, blending those lines a little bit more. And boom. It's the process. We're gonna go ahead and save, and then we're gonna hop into PS Express, and that's to add a cool, nice little layer of clarity. You know, the usual. We gotta add some sharpen and reduce luminance to pull back in those sharpened edges of the object. You don't want it to look too blurry. We fixing with the dehaze a little bit this time though, just to keep some darkness in the photo. And we're gonna save it. Next thing we do is hop into Phonto, and we're not working on the title just yet. We have quite some way to go. We're gonna add her one of the names that she want to incorporate it in the cover. I just used this graffiti font, slide over, and I used the 3D tool, and now you just see I'm fixing the dimensions of it. I place it onto the card, but I don't want to leave it just like that because it's just a basic flat white. It doesn't make it look like it's on the car. So we are going to go into blend option and create an overlay. I double it up, make a copy over it, and then I use the other overlay and I go into saturation. And then you can see what it does to it. It makes it look like it's printed on the car. After that, you're going to go ahead and save. Now we're going to hop back into Snapseed. We load it, and then we're going to use some grunge on it. I went all the way to the beginning, somewhere in the 20s, and I found this looked good, so I just played with the effects a little bit. I played with the settings. I used the radial tool to get a good spot where I wanted the cover to focus on, and I just played with the lightings of it a little bit. I'm just eyeing it to see if there's anything I do want to change. Let's go just a little darker. Took the center size down a bit so it focus more on the cover and kind of blurs out the outer edges just slightly. And then boom. After that, I did go ahead and save. You want to hop it back into PS Express and you want to add another layer of clarity. Sharpen after the clarity. And then finish it off with some reduced luminance once again. Can never go wrong, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Because a little bit goes a long way. But we're going to go ahead and save it again. And we're hopping back into Snapseed. Once you load it into Snapseed, this is where I'm going to use the selective tool. I'm going to darken where the wheel's at just a little bit, but not that you see that it's all the way disappeared. And we're going to brighten up the sky definitely because you want those clouds to come out. So I brighten up the clouds and then you can see the difference. I save it and now we're on to Phonto. I load the new image. Now we got to add a title. The title is Gangsta Love, so I went ahead and tried to find the best font for it. I quickly found it, actually. I went ahead with a calligraphy font. So I just scroll down a bit. You're gonna see the name when it pops up. Oh yeah. I found this font. This font really looked like a gangster type of way of making cursive font. So I went ahead and do that, and it looks pretty feminine too. So I thought it worked really good. So I just made the love smaller just a little bit, and I didn't want to keep it a flat white. This cover didn't need a flat white, so I went ahead and add some color to it. I used the sample tool, and I picked up on some color. Found the best thing to use for the text was piece of the car, so we went ahead and found a nice piece of the red. Went ahead and typed it in. And now we're able to make, a little blend. Boom, add some alpha background to it, and now boom, now that looks nice. We just got to do it to the love now. And I was eyeing it to see if I did want to do it, but yeah, I did eventually go into it and start switching up the edits a little bit. At first I did want to do a white and grayish, dark grayish blend, but I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that didn't really look like it fit. So I just decided to use the same red that was on the first text and just make the background, like the bottom one, a different color, almost grayish, kindish like. And yeah, that's how I came up with that. After that, that's pretty much all I did for that part, and I did go ahead and save the project. Load it back into Pro Knockout where we add the parental advisory, logos, whatever you gotta add. Fix that into place, get that right. See, I'm just fixing them into place right there. Then I do save it. Last thing we do is hop back into PS Express one more time. And you know what that's to do. Add some clarity, sharpen, and reduce luminance. But I don't only do that. Oh yeah, the clarity really did bring out the colors that I wanted. And then add that reduced luminance. We slid over. And then we add some tint also. Nice little pink tint to really make it pop. Now this look like a nice cover. just a little bit to really make it pop. And that's it. If you like this cover, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tap the bell notification, and to get reminded, on new videos. And remember to leave a comment and leave some suggestions. I'm out.